Welcome, man. Welcome back to the channel, man. Hey, back by popular demand, man. Discussions concerning the greatest car ever built, in my opinion. The baddest car on the planet, in my opinion. But the most problematic car there is out there. I'm talking about the PT Cruiser, man. I've been getting a lot of message on concerning this car, man. Some people are pretty angry, man. They keep asking me, why is my car still overheating PT Cruiser, man. I done made a couple of videos out there concerning overheating problem. Everybody done everything and their car still overheating. Well, people, there's one particular thing I know you haven't done, especially if you're a do-it-yourselfer. And this could be the reason why your car continually to randomly overheat. We're gonna talk about that when I get back. Welcome back. Listen, man, your PT Cruiser still overheating. You done everything. You done replace your water pump, you done replace your radiator, you done replace your thermostat, and you're 100% sure there's no air in the system that could cause overheating, and your car still overheating. Now, I want to keep this video real short, so I'm gonna get right to the point. That's one particular test that you probably have not done, all right? And that's called a combustion test. That's where you test to see if you're getting exhaust gases into your cooling system. If that's happening, people, that is the reason why your car continually overheat. Now, this can happen randomly, out of the blue. Here's a scenario. Let me back a little bit. There's a chance that when your car overheated, you let it overheat too long. And too long could be as small as a minute or two. What I'm trying to say is you let it overheat long enough to potentially warp the cylinder head. That's right. I know that's a scary slang, a scary thing for me to say, but there's a small chance that you have warped your cylinder head when you let your car overheat the first time. Even though you shut it down or you did everything precautionarily that you thought was right, there's still a small percentage chance that your cylinder head is warped. Now, let me explain to you about this engine. This is a 4-cylinder engine that's equipped with a cast iron steel block and aluminum cylinder head. In between those two is a steel-plated, multi-layered head gasket. The chances of blowing your head gaskets are slim to none. Again, it's a multi-layered steel gasket. That aluminum cylinder head would give out before that head gasket blow. The days of the paper gaskets are gone. Now, back in the day, yeah, we went through some head gasket. The head gasket was blowing when there was an overheating problem. So yes, that's understandable. But now, Chrysler has designed, or most all auto manufacturers have designed what we call a multi-layer steel head gasket, which is hard to blow. You can't blow those. Your aluminum cylinder head would give out before this head gasket give out. Now, I said that to say this. Like I said earlier, if you let this car overheat just as small as 1 or 2 minutes, there's a chance you have a warped cylinder head. But the test that you're gonna have to do is what we call a combustion test, man. I use a tool. I'm gonna link it in the bottom too. I use a tool where we put this chemical in this apparatus. I think it started off as blue. We put the tool. The goal is to capture the gases coming out of the radiator. That would tell a lot about the condition of your engine as far as it relates to cooling. Now, if you set that on there and you suck out some of the gases, you don't want to suck out the coolant, you want to suck out the vapor, the gases. If that chemical inside there changed to yellow, that is pretty much the sign of exhaust gases entering your cooling system. It could be entering through that cracked cylinder head, or any other numerous ways. But at any rate, it doesn't matter. If that has been determined that you have exhaust gases in your cooling system, your cylinder head will have to come off. Either send it out to a machine shop to get a flat line straightened or whatever. Now, you can check it yourself once you get the head off. I'm trying to keep in mind that I'm talking to do-it-yourselfers. Ain't too many people out there can do this, so I won't get too deep off into it. But if you have a straight edge, you can set your aluminum cylinder head on the table and flatline it, or test it with a straight edge to see if it's warped. Dude, It could be the smallest warp that may not be detected with a, just like that test. That test could come up past and it depends on when you do the test. Or basically, an overheating car, from my experience, an overheating car needs to be tested while it's overheating. If I drive your car on the freeway and your car overheat on me, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get out. First of all, I'm gonna check the temperature of the upper radiator hose and compare it with the lower radiator hose. That right there alone would tell me if there's a partial restriction in your radiator. If both hoses feel the same, or you got one of them digital thermometers, if they're the same, chances are your radiator's flowing like it's supposed to. Again, I'm keeping in mind that you have replaced all of this. So let's say you replaced everything I mentioned in the beginning of this video. The only thing left, people, is check for exhaust gases entering your cooling system. That's the only thing left. I mean, if these are new parts you put on, you are sure. Water pump is pretty easy to test. Thermostat is pretty easy to test. Radiator is pretty easy to test. But there's no need to test these if you just replace them. So I'm going off the assumption everything's been replaced. Get you a combustion tester and do a combustion test on your cooling system. See if you're getting exhaust gases in your cooling system. That's the only thing left, especially if your fan working. I left off fan. Some people have gone as far as to even replace that. They didn't even want to test it. It was like $100. I'm just gonna get a new. They put a new one on, the fan blowing, everything working, but they still got this nagging overheating problem. Your problem, my friend, is a partially warped cylinder head. I've seen it numerous times. There's nothing that's left. That's all there is. Could be. Only if everything we mentioned earlier have already been repaired and replaced. So I'm trying to keep this video short. If you had any more questions. Now, I think I left out air pockets. You got to be 100% sure you have no air pockets, you know, in this engine, because that could sneak quietly make your car overheat. I got a video on you know, removing the air out of your cooling system. Make sure you have no air pocket. I'll link all that in the description, man. We're trying to keep this PT Cruiser running forever. The only way to do that is maintain it properly. And you can't do that if it's just naggingly, continually overheating. You got to get that fixed, people. And if everything has been done, nothing else left but you know, you're probably getting exhaust gases in your cooling system. Like I said, I want to keep this video short, man. Any questions, just comment below, man. The thing about questions, I try to answer all of them. I also advise you before I answer, or in the middle of answering, that you subscribe to the channel, because it's obviously that you own a PT Cruiser, and the 30% of my videos will be on PT Cruiser, so I think you should be subscribed anyway. So go ahead and get that out the way, and the notification, so you know when I post a video, you'll be able to see it right offhand. But before I answer most of the questions below, I always try to advise you know, people to at least subscribe so I can grow this channel and build it. But that's all I got, man. I wanted this to be quick. Damn, I might be up to 6 minutes now. My bad. I wanted it to be 3 to 4 minutes, but I got the rambling, and who knows what time frame I'm at now. But thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.